Which of the following property is desirable in parts subjected to shock and impact loads? A. Strength. B. Stiffness. C. Brittleness. D. Toughness. The correct answer is toughness. In block brakes, the ratio of shoe width to wheel diameter is taken between A. 0.1 and 0.25, B. 0.25 and 0.50, C. 0.50 and 0.75, D. 0.75 and 1. The correct answer is 0.25 and 0.50. Oldham coupling is used to transmit power between two parallel shafts which are slightly offset. A. True. B. False. C. D. The correct answer is true. A shaft is subjected to fluctuating loads for which the normal torque T and bending moment M are 1000 Nm and 500 Nm respectively. If the combined shock and fatigue factor for bending is 1.5 and combined shock and fatigue factor for torsion is 2, then the equivalent twisting moment for the shaft is A. 2000 Nm, B. 2050 Nm, C. 2100 Nm, D. 2136 Nm. The correct answer is 2136 Nm. When a machine member is subjected to torsion, the torsional shear stress set up in the member is A. 0 at both the centroidal axis and outer surface of the member, B. maximum at both the centroidal axis and outer surface of the member, C. 0 at the centroidal axis and maximum at the outer surface of the member, D. maximum at the centroidal axis and 0 at the outer surface of the member. The correct answer is 0 at the centroidal axis and maximum at the outer surface of the member. Pitch point of a cam is A. a point on the pitch curve having minimum pressure angle, B. a point on the pitch curve having maximum pressure angle, C. any point on the pitch curve, D. any point on the pitch circle. The correct answer is a point on the pitch curve having maximum pressure angle. When two parallel and coplanar shafts are connected by gears having teeth parallel to the axis of the shaft, the arrangement is known as spiral gearing. A. yes, B. no, C. D. The correct answer is no. A screw is specified by its A. major diameter, B. minor diameter, C. pitch diameter, D. pitch. The correct answer is major diameter. The wear load should be the dynamic load. A. equal to, B. less than, C. greater than, D. The correct answer is less than. Antifriction bearings are A. thick lubricated bearings, B. plastic bearings, C. thin lubricated bearings, D. ball and roller bearings. The correct answer is ball and roller bearings. Stress concentration factor is defined as the ratio of A. maximum stress to the endurance limit, B. nominal stress to the endurance limit, C. maximum stress to the nominal stress, D. nominal stress to the maximum stress. The correct answer is maximum stress to the nominal stress. The property of a bearing material which has the ability to accommodate shaft deflections and bearing inaccuracies by plastic deformation without excessive wear and heating is known as A. bondability, B. embeddability, C. conformability, D. fatigue strength. The correct answer is conformability. In the levers of type, the mechanical advantage is less than 1. A. first, B. second, C. third, D. The correct answer is third. A hollow saddle key is A. taper key which fits half in the keyway of hub and half in the keyway of shaft, B. A taper key which fits in a keyway of the hub and is flat on the shaft. C. A taper key which fits in a keyway of the hub and the bottom of the key is shaped to fit the curved surface of the shaft. D. Provided in pairs at right angles and each key is to withstand torsion in one direction only. The correct answer is a taper key which fits in a keyway of the hub and the bottom of the key is shaped to fit the curved surface of the shaft. A special case of ductility which permits materials to be rolled or hammered into thin sheets is called A. Plasticity, B. Elasticity, C. Ductility, D. Malleability. The correct answer is malleability. Crowning on pulley helps A. in decreasing the slip of the belt, B. in increasing the slip of the belt, C. to keep the belt in center on a pulley while it is in motion, D. to increase pulley life. The correct answer is to keep the belt in center on a pulley while it is in motion. The temperature required for full annealing in hyper-eutectoid steel is A. 50 C above upper critical temperature, B. 50 C below upper critical temperature, C. 50 C above lower critical temperature, D. 50 C below lower critical temperature. The correct answer is 50 C above lower critical temperature. The effect of keyways on a shaft is to reduce its load carrying capacity and to increase its torsional rigidity. A. True, B. False, C. D. The correct answer is false. The efficiency of a riveted joint is equal to A. PTP, B. PSP, C. PCP, D. least of PTPS and PCP. The correct answer is least of PTPS and PCP. Which of the following welded joint is designed for shear strength? A. Transverse fillet welded joint, B. Parallel fillet welded joint, C. Butt welded joint, D. all of these. The correct answer is parallel fillet welded joint. In designing a connecting rod, it is considered like for buckling about x-axis. A. Both ends hinged, B. Both ends fixed, C. One end fixed and the other end hinged, D. One end fixed and the other end free. The correct answer is both ends hinged. The material commonly used for crane hooks is A. Cast iron, B. Wrought iron, C. Mild steel, D. Aluminium. The correct answer is wrought iron. The eye bolts are used for A. Transmission of power, B. Locking devices, C. Lifting and transporting heavy machines, D. Absorbing shocks and vibrations. The correct answer is lifting and transporting heavy machines. The endurance or fatigue limit is defined as the maximum value of the stress which a polished standard specimen can withstand without failure for infinite number of cycles when subjected to A. Static load, B. Dynamic load, C. Static as well as dynamic load, D. Completely reversed load. The correct answer is completely reversed load. According to Rankines' theory, the failure occurs at a point in a member A. when the maximum shear stress in a biaxial stress system reaches the shear stress at elastic limit in a simple tension test, B. when the maximum principal stress in a biaxial stress system reaches the elastic limit of the material in a simple tension test, C. when the strain energy per unit volume in a biaxial stress system reaches the strain energy at the elastic limit per unit volume as determined from a simple tension test, D. when the maximum principal strain in a biaxial stress system reaches the strain at the elastic limit as determined from a simple tension test. The correct answer is when the maximum principal stress in a biaxial stress system reaches the elastic limit of the material in a simple tension test. The dedendum is the radial distance from the A. Pitch circle to the top of a tooth. B. Pitch circle to the bottom of a tooth. C. Top of a tooth to the bottom of a tooth. D. Addendum circle to the clearance circle. The correct answer is pitch circle to the bottom of a tooth. In a steam engine, the valve rod is connected to an eccentric rod by means of A. Cotter joint. B. Knuckle joint. C. Universal joint. D. Flange coupling. The correct answer is knuckle joint. In helical gears, the distance parallel to the axis between similar faces of adjacent teeth is called A. Normal pitch. B. Axial pitch. C. Diametral pitch. D. Module. The correct answer is axial pitch. Which of the following formula is used in designing a connecting rod? A. Euler's formula. B. Rankines formula. C. Johnson's straight line formula. D. Johnson's parabolic formula. The correct answer is Rankines formula. When a material is subjected to fatigue loading, the ratio of the endurance limit to the ultimate tensile strength is A. 0.20, B. 0.35, C. 0.50, D. 0.65. The correct answer is 0.50. The lead angle of a worm is 22.5. Its helix angle will be A. 22.5, B. 45, C. 67.5, D. 90. The correct answer is 67.5. The root angle of a bevel gear is equal to A. Pitch angle addendum angle, B. Pitch angle addendum angle, C. Pitch angle dedendum angle, D. Pitch angle dedendum angle. The correct answer is pitch angle dedendum angle. The property of a bearing material which has the ability to accommodate small particles of dust, grit, etc. without scoring the material of the journal is called A. Bondability, B. Embeddability, C. Conformability, D. Fatigue strength. The correct answer is embeddability. The shock resistance of steel is increased by adding A. Nickel, B. Chromium, C. Nickel and chromium, D. Cobalt and molybdenum. The correct answer is nickel and chromium. A flange coupling is a type of rigid coupling. A. Correct, B. Incorrect, C. D. The correct answer is correct. The strength of the unriveted plate P per pitch length is equal to A. P, D, T, B, P, T, T, C, P, D, T, D, P, D, T, T. The correct answer is P, T, T. Two shafts of the same length and material are joined in series. If the ratio of their diameters is 2, then the ratio of their angles of twist will be A. 2, B. 4, C. 8, D. 16. The correct answer is 16. Whilst the stress factor vary rapidly as the spring index decreases. A. Increases, B. Decreases, C. D. The correct answer is increases. For circumferential joint in boilers, the type of joint used is A. Butt joint with single cover plate, B. Butt joint with double cover plate, C. Lap joint with one ring overlapping the other, D. Any one of the above. The correct answer is lap joint with one ring overlapping the other. In cyclic loading, stress concentration is more serious in A. Brittle materials, B. Ductile materials, C. Brittle as well as ductile materials, D. Elastic materials. The correct answer is ductile materials. For a square key made of mild steel, the shear and crushing strength are related as A. Shear strength is equal to crushing strength, B. Shear strength is greater than crushing strength, C. Shear strength is less than crushing strength, D. None of the above. The correct answer is shear strength is equal to crushing strength. In a bolt, the plane of shear should be across the threaded portion of the shank. A. Correct. B. Incorrect. C. D. The correct answer is incorrect. When a metal or alloy is cold worked, A. Its hardness and strength increases. B. It is worked below recrystallization temperature. C. Both A and B. D. None of these. The correct answer is both A and B. A leaf spring in automobiles is used. A. To apply forces. B. To measure forces. C. To absorb shocks. D. To store strain energy. The correct answer is to absorb shocks. According to I.B.R, the factor of safety of riveted joint should not be less than A1, B2, C3, D4. The correct answer is 4.